Good morning. Let's try again. I just sat down to do the video just before and realised I hadn't done all my astrology. Didn't even know what day of the week I was on. So we've just stopped the video, done that, and here I am back again. And it is Tuesday. It's the 22nd of March 2022. Yay! So I am Spirit of Life Alchemy, and this is your morning message tarot reading. So we've got quite a bit of astrology today, and I've just tried to sum it up into a couple of lines. So the moon is going to be in Scorpio, making a trine to Jupiter, Mercury and Neptune in Pisces. Then it's going to go on to form a square to Saturn, followed by a sextile to Pluto, before moving into Sagittarius, where it will form a trine with the Sun newly into Aries. So we could have dreaming, imagination, spiritual awakenings that we need to ground and transform, that could fire us up at a core level. And the message I was getting from that was inspired action. And that also links in with Mars squaring Uranus today. And I saw that as sort of intensity and being driven, and surprising or shocking action, that inspired action. So sort of we start off quite dreamy and watery, and then what comes through then, we can get fired up. After we've grounded it, then we can get fired up into inspired action. Yay! Got there in the end. Okay, so let's do some cards and see what the cards have to say around the matter. So we've got the Gaia deck here. I'm going to pull some cards from the Gaia deck first of all. So what do we need to know for today? The 22nd of March 2022. I'm very happy because in the Northern Hemisphere here, we've just gone into the light half of the year. I've been saying before, just recently, about for me personally, the dark half of the year. There is just so much inner work to do, and it feels a bit of a relief to come out into the light. And I feel ready to work these next 6 months in the light half of the year, out in the world, forming relationships and connections and collaborations with people, and just being in the light, whether it's, being out in the world and things like that, or if long light evenings sat in the garden around the fire pit, drinking wine with friends, with partners, with neighbours as well, just chilling, and not particularly doing much, but just not having to be wrapped up in a billion blankets in the dark and the cold. Got two lovely magpies outside playing and chasing each other about. They've both just landed on trees now. So one for sorrow, two for joy. I do like my magpies and my crows around here. So yeah, what do we need to know? Forgotten where I was shuffling and things like that, carried away with talking. So just a bit more of a shuffle, and let's see, what do we need to know for today? So, yay! At the bottom of the deck, we've got eternal love, happiness, harmony and fulfillment. We all need a bit of that, don't we, at the moment? Okay, so the sun shining and rainbows and everything in harmony and balance and flow. Oh, then we've got the Temptress, seduction, deceit and a broken promise. Okay, this always makes me think of the Devil card, and it is number 50. It is number 15 as well. Okay, the heart there, the evil eye. Come back to that in a moment. Let's just pull the third card and see what we've got. Night fears, facing fears, subconscious release and healing. Okay. So, itchy ear today, not an itchy nose. Makes a change. Spirit sticking their fingers in my ears. Okay, so just recently, this last week or so, that we've had lots of messages around love and healing and connecting to the heart and connecting to the higher self, and things like that. And often when we do that, when we're we're on the spiritual path or the spiritual journey, and we do that, then what often happens is something happens to trigger us. And I know the devil came out in the sun position yesterday. So this is coming through as a message of where you're deceiving yourself, seducing yourself with stories, could be from the ego, broken promises to yourself. How have you not been true to yourself and not been authentic? And then with the night wind, facing fear, subconscious release and healing. This is making me think of the moon sextile to Pluto, while the moon is in Scorpio, that we're dredging down into the emotional quagmire and sewer and things, down deep into the subconscious. And it's like, what fears are we facing down there? What illusions and delusions are we facing down there about ourselves? It might be comforting stories we tell us about ourselves, could be limiting mental beliefs and things, could be, who knows what you find down in the emotional quagmire sewer. Okay, but whatever it is, you bring it up into consciousness, and then you can release it, and then we circle back round into healing, happiness, harmony and fulfillment. Okay, so let's do some cards. We're going to do the Mary L deck today. Oh look, and then we've got the devil on the bottom of there as well. Okay, facing your shadow side. Facing your shadow on a Tuesday. Excuse me. Okay, so what do we need to know for today? The 22nd of March 2022. Messages from Spirit, please, for the collective. What help, advice, guidance can you give us to navigate today's energies, please, Spirit? What do we need to know, please? Messages for the whole of the collective. What do we need to know today, the 22nd of March 2022? Oops. Okay. Two of Swords come out there. What do we need to know for today? What do we need to know? Messages from Spirit for the collective, please. Okay, so the Fool again. We've had the Fool coming out for this is the third day in a row. So we're definitely at the beginning of something new. Then we've got the Three of Discs, the Seven of Swords, Nine of Swords, seeing the Temptress energy there, the Nine of Wands, Six of Swords, the Magician, and Justice. Did Justice come out yesterday, or was that the day before? The day before. And then at the bottom of the deck we've got the Knight of Discs. Okay, so we're still at the beginning of this new journey. We've got the Fool. Okay, we're stepping off into the abyss, carefree and innocent, stepping out into the world in a state of eternal love. Okay, everything's wonderful. Yay! So yeah, a brand new journey. We're feeling free and liberated, and everything's hunky-dory. Coming up from the subconscious, the Moon card, the subconscious, the unconscious, the intuition and the emotions. We've got the Three of Pentacles. We're working on something. We could be working on something to bring with within ourselves, balancing body, mind and spirit. We could be working with others to create something, or we could even be working with spirit, with God and Gaia, the divine masculine and divine feminine energies, and being in harmony with those. So coming up from the unconscious, our emotions and stuff, is looking about working together with others, a collaboration even between ourselves to bring ourselves into balance or externally. And then we come to the Mercury card, which is the mind, our thinking, our intellect, information, communication, self-expression. And we've got the Seven of Swords here, the Thief in the Night card. When I turned this over, this immediately made me think of the Temptress. And it was like, how are you deceiving yourself? Okay. How are you seducing yourself in illusion and delusion? Okay. We talked yesterday with the Devil card about the ego. And yeah, that energy is still continuing today with the Temptress and also with the Seven of Swords. However, you're deceiving yourself and not being honest, not being authentic with yourself. That's leading to the Nine of Swords, which is in the Venus position. Our values around love, around money, relationships, friendships, beauty, harmony, balance, fertility and creativity in our life, comfort and pleasure. The Nine of Swords is an anxiety card, the waking up at 2, 3 or 4 o'clock in the morning, worrying about things. And the message I'm getting today is asking you to question, how aren't you being authentic with yourself? Again, these two cards, the Seven of Swords, the Nine of Swords, is connecting to the Temptress and the Night Winds. About facing ourselves, to release any illusions or delusions we might be holding to ourselves. And the card that jumped out, the Two of Swords, on this card it looks like it's a dragonfly. And dragonflies. Dragonflies can be very beautiful, they can be very iridescent and glisten in the sunlight, but they can also symbolise illusion and delusion. So the question that the cards are asking is, how are you deceiving and deluding yourself? Okay, the Sun card, which is our conscious mind. It's our core identity, our core vitality, our inner strength, and how we go out into the world from our inner light. We've got the Nine of Wands here. The Nine of Wands is about that inner strength to go out, balanced in knowing who you are. Once we pull the curtains back and we see ourselves as we truly are, our light side, our shadow side, we integrate it all together, then we can go out into the world as one. Our inner strength in balance with what we're needing to take out into the world. We know ourselves. That's the message I'm getting. So as we do this, we come to the Mars card, which is how we take action, our ambitions, our drive, will, determination, passion and desire in our life. We've got the Six of Swords. Okay, and the Six of Swords is moving away from a difficult situation, moving away from hardship and moving away from the illusion and the delusion. Once we face it in ourselves, once we shine a light on it, once we see that part of ourselves, it strengthens us, and we're able to start walking away from it, from the control that it has over us, If you remember the last couple of days, the devil's come out, hasn't it, in the spreads. And even at the bottom of this spread, when I picked them up, there was a devil card there. By doing the work, it gives us the strength to overcome the devil within us. It's still there, but it just doesn't hold us as tightly bound as it has done before. Okay, so then we come to the Jupiter card, which is about what's working for us in our life at this time. Hope, optimism, good luck, good fortune, expansiveness, truth, justice, freedom. We've got the Magician. Okay, we have the power within us to change this situation. We can channel down from our higher self, from spirit and everything, and manifest it in the earth. We can create the energy to change ourselves, to confront the illusions and delusions and seductions and deceit we have with ourselves and change it. Okay, and then we're coming on to the Saturn card, which is what's working against us today. So any obstacles, limitations, restrictions, responsibilities, commitments, all out of authority and power, but also and structure and grounding. We've got the Justice card. We may not be able to get justice straight away, okay, or justice may work against us at the time at this time. Okay, we often think of, you know, when we do good things, that immediately things are going to change, and oh, look, you've done a bit of work, everything open. It doesn't always work like that. You sometimes have to do a lot more work before things change, but it's there, and know that sort of, you know, things will change. We will come back into the light. And I say that they won't change. I mean, we won't get justice immediately. And I'm saying that because the card at the bottom of the deck was the Knight of Discs, which always counsels patience. Okay, so we may have to slow our horses, be patient, do the work without expecting immediate results and things like that. And just know that in the bigger scale of things, it's another step that we've done. Okay, so that's today's reading. I hope you enjoyed it. If it resonated for you, then please do like, share and subscribe to the channel. Click on the notifications bell if you want to know when I'm releasing readings. If you'd like a personal reading from me in any area of your life, then please email me at the email address below this video. Have a wonderful day. And until tomorrow or until next time, thank you for watching. Thank you. Oh, come on.